Welcome back to the channel. Remember Between Two Cities, a video that is already in the channel. So I was able to find the Between Two Cities Capitals, the expansion. Unfortunately, I would prefer to have the big box that includes both, but since I already had this version of the base game here, I decided that in order to explore the expansion content, I just needed this. And so here it is. It's Capitals, and Capitals brings more buildings or city tokens. 21 civic tiles, which is a new type of tile, and the landscape mats, which is also a different way to play. So then let's see what is inside Between Two Cities Capitals. This box seems half empty, which means that after opening, the box will go away for sure. I'll try to put all the content within the base game box and save some space on the shelves, which is something that everyone appreciates. So what we get here, although the first game, the base game, it seems like from the artwork, it's more like medieval kind of city looking, medieval looking, right? It's not from medieval times, I know. But here it goes to a different kind of art, right? This looks like, what I see is like an American kind of building, but maybe European as well. The kind of hats, etc. So it's the kind of the clothes that people use in capitals. They look more advanced. There it is. So most like half empty. You have these new city tiles, city tokens, which I'm trying to see what they are. Why is this one protected? Oh, this one's special. This is the Rialto Bridge. And why is it? So the game said how many? It said 14 city tokens, so 7. And the Rialto is there. Why is Rialto separated? That's strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So yeah. Rialto Bridge from Venice. This one's kind of a church that I don't recognize. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments. Then two of them are very similar in terms of color, but okay, so this is a Mexican monument, right? It's a Mayan Inca pyramid. If not, at least that's what I see here. So that's a pagoda from Japan or China. Also, that's what I see here. Okay, this resembles a European building, like a church with a bell on top and a clock, but I don't recognize specifically. Okay, so if the other one was a Japanese pagoda, the other one is a Chinese, and this is a Japanese castle, right? Japanese castle. And the last of the new ones is this blue building that I'm completely clueless on what this is. They could have done a better job, right? In making some tokens that could be easily recognizable, or maybe the problem is me. Okay, so let's take everything out and see what we have here, and I'll explain a little bit of these new rules. So there are new reference guides with the new scoring from this expansion. So you have the normal scoring that exists on this side, and now the new things, which is the civil buildings. I'll show you how that works. And then the districts, which are like end of game bonus. And you have 7, because this game could be played with 7 players. Then the game comes with these cards here, which are the cards for the districts. Let me see if I can find the districts. I'll put them here on the side, and then once we get to the districts, I'll explain. Let's see the manual. So there's a solo mode for the manual, on the manual here for the new content, and this is the base manual. Let's see if we can find. So there's a new setup that you need to do, which also includes the landscape. I'll show you how it works. The districts go. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, the St. Philip's Cathedral. That's it. Forbidden City in China. The Sagrada Familia, of course. Even the color is very similar to Sagrada Familia. Yes, of course. Then what we have, the Rialto Bridge. That's the only one that I was able to guess. The Tantrum House. That's from the Tantrum channel. Oh, it's a hotel in Germany. Hotel Andelshof. Not the German, not a Mayan thing. Oh, it's in South Korea, not in Japan. Sungeyeonungate. Oh, so the Forbidden City was from the previous game, I guess. Because here it says it's the Temple of Heaven in China. World War Memorial in Indianapolis. So, some of these, I don't have some of these. These are all the city tokens from the original game, the special edition, and various promos from conventions and localized editions. Okay, so this is from the base game, but this clearly is a promo. I don't think the Golden Pavilion was also present in my version of the base game. But I don't remember all of them. The Eiffel Tower was there. Okay. Well, so if you want to collect them all, there's a bit of effort here to go after all these houses. Cool. Okay, so what else do we have here, and where to start? So let's start here by showing you. I'll take this out because I'll need it to explain. By showing you this new civil building. So this goes mixed in the middle of everything else. Okay, and these buildings are all different, and they have, I believe they're all different, we'll see. And they have a new way of scoring. So for example here, the Armory. The Armory will give you positive scores if it's surrounded with this type of building, which includes also other civil buildings, and that one, which I believe is the industry or the factories, I think. But it will give you negative points if it's surrounded with the gardens. Okay, so in the end of the game, if you have nothing around there or anything else from what I just mentioned, it only scores 1 point. 1 point. If you get one of these two symbols next to it, could be more than one, but if of the same, and it's irrelevant. You just need to have at least one of these. Sorry, let me explain again. So if you have one of these, no matter how many the number, it will score 3 points. If you're able to get two of them different, at least two of them, then it scores 6 points. But if you get one of these, the negative ones, it only scores, regardless of these ones you have, it only scores 1 point as well. So these and these are the same, and you really want to isolate the civil buildings with this specific kind of buildings, sorry. So that will be the Armory, then you have the bank, the carriage house, the fire station, needs to be next to the houses, the monument of something, police station, the water tower, the post office, the high school, elementary school, we can see the children playing there, the courthouse, college, city hall, and there's the cemetery. And we see this, there's a carriage here, so this is really Victorian kind of architecture, not contemporary one, which is strange. Let's take a look at how the art was from. Is the same kind of art. Yeah, it's not modern world. But I never noticed this was like historical images. Hospital, library, market, the middle school, the museum, sports fields, and the treasury. Okay. And so it also comes with these districts. There's district 1, 2, and 3. You saw the tiles there. So because during setup, you will put these 3 tiles here, and then randomly, you take these cards, which have the 7 types of buildings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you randomly will take 6 of them, and you'll put them here in pairs like this, okay? And then like this. and then like this, the third pair as a third district, and this one goes back to the box, okay? So this means that in the end of the game, if you manage to have a district, your largest district, that includes these two kind of buildings, doesn't need to be pairs, could just be one of these. If you have the largest one within all players, you get 9 points. If you're in second place, you get 3. Okay, so if you get tied, then you sum the points, you divide it, and then the second place doesn't get anything. Okay, and it may happen that if you get houses and factories here in the same pair, then you need to replace with one of them that stayed behind, one of the cards that is not being used, because you could not score houses and factories, right? You cannot have a district with houses and factories, so that's why you need to replace it, because this will be an impossible, illegal district to be built. Okay, so going back here to the components, we've shown the houses, and then not sure what we have here. Oh, it's for the solo mode. There's a mat here for solo mode. Cool. And then there's also these things, which I believe it's the big introduction from this expansion, which are these landscapes. So you get 7. Then you deal in the beginning of the game as well. You deal randomly one of these landscapes to each player. Okay, so we have like the snow mountains, and they have a orientation that you need to respect. You need to put north pointing above like this. You have like a tropical island, a canyon with water, a swamp, some kind of forest and a lake, a waterfall. This one is very beautiful, and a flower field. Okay, so you get one randomly, and basically in the base game you were limited to a square of 4 by 4, but now with the expansion, your space is a 5 by 5 cube square. And then this, as you can imagine now, this art zone here, you cannot put a tile on top of it, right? It's forbidden, because you need to build a city that has a landscape in between, right? So you can only put here on these empty fields, and to start the game, the first one that you put needs to be on this mat, and then you can put any way around or even further away one space, because that would make, as you can see, this square of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least on the side. Okay, or it could be like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your cities become larger, and there's no super scoring coming from the landscape. It's just another challenge that you need to face. But one thing is, all of them have like a bridge that connects. As you can see, there's a bridge, there's always a gap, or this one even has 2 bridges, or this one has 3 bridges. Okay, so the bridges mean that what you put here and what you put there on this side, and these are adjacent tiles, like if they were like this. Okay, so for scoring effects, okay, for counting sizes of districts, etc., these two are connected. These two are part of the same. These two are neighbor. So be careful with that when scoring. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's it. It's a small box with small changes in the game, but definitely gives more of a flavor of something special here. I find this very cute. It's completely irrelevant because it doesn't add value, but at least you can choose the cities and 7 more cities. And I would love to collect all the other ones we saw in the manual, but unfortunately I don't think I'll do. But anyway, I hope you like this video to the point that you consider then hitting that like and subscribe button. So I have lots of playlists for board games, as well as all the major card games out there. And I also have within the YouTube channel a podcast, which I call the Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people to get to know their projects, their stories, their profiles, while playing board games online with them. So I definitely think that you'll find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.